Stop number 4 of the 2024 SLS Championship Tour as the world's best pro skateboarders travel the globe and try to punch their tickets to the Super Crown Finals later this year. Welcome back to Las Vegas, the nightlife capital of the world, for the second of 3 Apex events featuring replicas of skating's most famous spots. And today, it's the Los Angeles Library with a gap to rail, the ledge to gap, and a 5 flat 3 double set. It's going to be a fantastic day of skateboarding here inside the Apex. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm Paul Zitzer, along with Sean Malto. Sean, big day of skateboarding today. The Library Gap, it's famous. You been there?
Iconic. I've been there, but I've never skated it.
Okay, maybe because it's too gnarly?
Definitely now, for sure.
All right, we'll see.
It might be a bus these days, too, you know? That's why we had to bring it inside the Apex.
That's right. And we have some footage from the original Library Gap. Lots of great tricks have gone down there over the years. I mean, it is iconic. It's a staple. The Death Wish guys, Baker guys have destroyed that thing.
Oh, Ellington, Lenosi, Reynolds.
So those ledges up top are skinny if you're riding along them. And it's a big drop.
It's a big drop, yeah, but a lot of people, more people skate off the top ropes off the ledge than they do the double set, that's for sure. Only a few double set tricks have gone down.
Right. Jocelyn being one of them, and he's here tonight.
And he's here.
All right, but first we have the women's final. Great lineup of skateboarders. Shiloh Catori, for one, originally from Tampa, Florida, lives out in Vista, California now. She just came out with a great part for Toy Machine. This is her second Apex. She's fun to watch. She has the experience. She could take it home tonight.
But I really like Paige Heyn's chances here. She's not a rookie anymore. She's seen this contest a few times. She has a deep bag of tricks that no one else does, and I think she's going to put on a good show.
We will see. But first, let's send it down to the third member of our crew, Andrew Cannon.
Thanks, guys. So I talked to all the women out here on the course. We were kind of talking about all the different obstacles out there. So the skinny is, the ledge is a little bit tall for most of the skaters, and the double set is quite long. Now, going off where the rail is over the stairs, that's a thumbs up, and the skaters are favoring the rail. One thing I'm finding really interesting is, you know, this is a square rail, which usually you could kind of like, okay, you see more slides and stuff like that. A lot of the skaters are Smith grinding this thing, which is pretty gnarly. So we're seeing a really cool, unique, different tricks that are happening, and I'm excited. I think we've got some surprises in store for us on that gap to rail. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Andrew. Now let's talk about how this Apex event works with the basics. There are 7 single trick attempts. That's it. The top 3 scores count towards the skater's final score. Any ties are broken by the highest single trick scores. Those are the basics. Now it's time to meet the 6 skaters in tonight's women's final.
All right,
first skater in. Your pick, Sean. Paige Heyn.
Let's hear it for Uemura.
Nope. Do-over. First skater in from Japan, Aoi Uemura. This is her second year in SLS. She's going to be ripped.
I am really excited to see this girl skate. Nanaka Fujisawa, super sick skater. I'm really hyped. I've never seen her before live.
Let's put your hands together for Shiloh
And skating
Catori.
in her second Apex event, only her second ever SLS event ever, Shiloh Catori.
Another one riding for Santa Cruz, Kylie Frank, really sick style. And another one, I think this is her first event as well.
Yeah, a lot of new faces this weekend. And here's another one from Phoenix, Arizona, Christine Cottam.
And then last but not least, another AZ local, Paige Heyn.
So there it is, all of our finalists.
Street League is made up of many parts. And this women's final will be just one of them. But first, we were able to catch up with Paige about skating her first SLS Apex event. Check it out in the SLS Pro Perspective.
I'm really excited to skate my first Apex because in like contests, my favorite part's the best trick section. I think that's where I do my best, and so I think it's fun that it's all just best tricks. I think the 7 attempts is perfect. It's going to be fun seeing what everyone else is doing. I think I like the best tricks better because I play my runs a little safe, and then they never get scored as high, and then I always like to throw it for best trick. I think that the courses inspired by real skate spots are pretty cool, especially when it's spots that you can't skate anymore. And it's cool that they get to rebuild it and then you can have a chance to skate it. I don't think I've ever skated anything like this. I've only done like the contest with runs and best tricks, so I'm pretty excited just for it to be all best tricks.
It's like in Jurassic Park where they bring the dinosaurs back to life. This is that version with skate spots.
Exactly like that, yeah.
And they come back to kill everyone.
All right. They do get scary sometimes. You know, Andrew was talking about that rail, the square rail. Not a lot of tail slides, no slide tricks. Ooh, back lip straight out the gate.
Great
strong start. But I was tripping on, it kind of curls around at the end, so it looks like your wheels might get stuck on tail slides and no slides. That's why, smart, go with the back lip, take that option out.
5.0 for Aoi with the gap back lip. Next in, Nanaka Fujisawa from Japan. Coming in for attempt number 1. Gap out, Smith. Boom.
Gap Smith. So the gap to rail is looking like the most favorite option out there so far. Smith grinding fat square rails, never easy.
It's definitely a relatively small gap to the rail.
Yep.
So that definitely makes it an option versus if you take the ledge off the stairs, that is a tall drop. Or if you go for the double set, you know, any 5 flat 3 is going to be.
Yeah.
Shiloh coming in next. Andrew, what you got?
Well, Sean was just saying, like, catching on the end of that rail. Watching Shiloh in practice, she was trying no slide down the rail, and you kept seeing her catching. So hopefully she doesn't deal with that now, but it was definitely something that was happening. That was so sick. It's such a fat rail for a Smith grind.
Yeah, that's a lot of kingpin on top of there.
So back-to-back gap Smiths.
Yeah, gap Smith, perfect. We already know what this is going to score.
4.5.
4.5.
You got it. She wins Best Outfit Award, though.
Yeah, she is looking good for sure.
Kylie Frank. In for her first ever SLS trick right here. Gap out, front board, boom. Nicely done. So front board versus Smith or lip.
Yeah, front board is definitely a lot easier trick than a Smith or back lip. Imagine this is going to be a pretty low score, but for her first ever Apex, this might be nice just to get the feeling down, get the nerves out a little bit.
Absolutely. The last thing you want to do is bail your first trick. 2.5. That is going to leave something.
That she's going to have to work a little bit harder over these next 6 tries.
Christine Cottam from Phoenix, Arizona. She won Jackalope Fest 2 times in 2023. That's kind of her contest history. Oh!
Wow.
That's a cool choice.
I respect that. I think, you know, these contests get all bunched up together. I think you really got to go strong out the gate.
Well, exactly. It's smart to do the gap, Smith. It keeps you right in the mix.
It keeps you in the mix, for sure.
But we like to see something that's going to surprise us a little.
Yeah.
Skateboarding. Originality goes a long way.
And we got 3 Smith grinds.
3 out of 6, 50%.
3 out of 7.
So that's good enough for a tie for second. Aoi coming back in for attempt number 2. Ooh.
There we go.
Okay. Aoi is not afraid. She'll try anything. If she can get the trick to the thing,
Yeah.
she'll go for it.
100%. Backsmith dipped on the Monster Energy replay.
Like we saw her last year gapping out to some 10 stair back lip slides where it was like no feet on.
It's so scary. It's trying to stretch that out there, but
props.
yeah, and she's handling this gap to rail pretty easy so far.
Beautifully done. 6. Way up in the lead. Nanaka Fujisawa coming in for attempt number 2.
Nanaka Fujisawa also coming out of Japan.
Oh,
I'll say this, in practice, she was going for it and slamming her brains out. So she's got a couple tricks coming. I would assume.
and if
she
you
gets
follow
past
her on Instagram, you kind of have a little taste of what's going to happen.
Oh, that would have been sick. Nose slide off the ledge. But again, that's probably a 4.5, 5 foot tall drop.
It's a big drop, putting wheel bite in play.
That's how I always measured it.
Kylie Frank.
That's going to bring up Kylie Frank.
Oh,
Good effort.
that's just the hard part. It's a great kickflip. It's just sometimes it's out of your control.
Orange concrete. Yeah, no doubt. It still always blows my mind. It made it hard. A whole 7 out of concrete.
Christine Cottam.
Christine Cottam.
Looking for a mate.
There, going for that back 181 foot once again. Big old extension.
Looking for a mate on that one. So having a little bit of a battle.
3 scores count out of the 7. That's key. You have to make at least 3 tricks to win. You're going to take your top 3 scores.
Oh,
Going for the switch front board. She's got the vicious switch.
I was talking to Paige a little bit before the contest started, asking her about a couple things, if she's tried these tricks I know she could do, and she was like, no, I'm just going to save it until I really have to do it.
That's when you know a spot's gnarly.
Yeah.
Download TrueSkate on your mobile device and enter the live event. Complete all missions to unlock the SLS Apex DTLA Library Gap. Back to skating. Here inside the Apex, this is the second of 3 stops here in Las Vegas this year. They're all counting towards championship tour points as we work our way through to the Super Crown in Brazil at the end of the year. Back to the top of the order, Aoi, attempt number 3. She is handling it.
She is handling it so easy.
So she has 3 makes logged out of 3 attempts.
I'm curious how the judges are going to score this, because front feeble backsmith, very similar tricks, but the way you have to front feeble the square bar, you're locking in on the edge. I think it could be a little higher of a score. I personally think that the front feeble on the square is harder than the backsmith.
The judges disagree by
with me.
2/10 of a
Okay, all right, we'll talk about that later.
Now, how about this? They may have gone with your first thought. Very similar trick.
Very similar trick. Okay, I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
Nanaka, attempt 3.
That's what we're looking for.
That is what we're looking for.
That's what we're looking for.
So in practice, she landed that 5-0 and looped out. And I don't think she put her feet down before she landed on the ground on her back.
Oh my God.
It was insane.
That is, you have got to be more careful.
Yeah. Shiloh. Nose slide, which is just a classy move.
Just a back nose.
Yep. The old standby. You can't go wrong with a back nose.
But again, this is cool to see. It's her first trick on the out ledge. See how the judges score this.
It's a long ledge, and you know if you loop out on an out ledge, what happens. 4.5.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's small. It's like we got to keep the music going, keep the energy.
Kylie Frank.
Keep doing your thing. Respect that 20 sheet part too.
See if she bumps it up.
Kylie Frank now.
Again.
Bumping the bodies down. We got
Kick flip down the double.
What is it about flip tricks versus rail tricks that makes them so much more inconsistent?
There's just, I mean, the wheel bite factor is big. And then there's just a lot of moving parts. You got to keep the board somehow around your feet. You got to catch it. Got to wrangle that thing back. When you're on a rail, you kind of like, even if you flip into the rail, you can pin it to the rail. Keep your feet on the board a lot longer.
Good to see Chase back.
He's on paternity leave.
Great. Love it. Paige Heyn now.
Paige Heyn
Go ahead.
coming in next. Attempt number 3. Oh, now we're talking.
Switch front board. That's what I was talking about earlier, beginning of the show. She just has a switch game that not a lot of the other competitors have, so sets her apart. Switch front board as good as you could have done it.
I'm so jet lagged, I can barely tie my shoes. Respect. Absolutely killing it. Keep doing it.
Here's a look back.
Go ahead.
Didn't cap out that far. She got on pretty high up
Got on
there.
early. Regular front board counts for 2.5. Switch front board counts for 7.
I was gonna say
Right.
that's definitely the hardest trick that's been done so far. So she got
Fits.
judged
Schedule.
accordingly.
Coming up, you're watching the 2024 SLS Championship Tour. We went to Paris. We went to Vegas. We're back. We went to San Diego. Look at those lists of winners. It was incredible. Aurélien Giraud won France in his hometown, and then Braden Hoban did the same thing in San Diego. Of course, on the women's side, Chloe won, Liz Akama won, Isa Liao. So a big mix there of winners. We're heading back to Vegas in August for the 3rd of 3 Apex stops, and then finishing the year, Sydney, Australia in October, Tokyo, Japan in November, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Super Crown, December 14th and 15th. More info at streetleague.com, and tickets are on sale.
I
Sydney
can't
and
wait
Tokyo.
for Tokyo.
Let's check out the highlights from the first few stops of this season in the Look Back, presented by Uemura. And we are underway here in Las Vegas with Aoi Uemura in the lead. Women's final will continue after the break.
Street League Skateboarding is brought to you by Monster Energy, Unleash the Beast. By Kona Big Wave, Bring the Aloha. By Cariuma, Old School Sneaker, New School Ethics. And by TrueSkate. Download TrueSkate and unlock the SLS Apex DTLA Library Gap.
Welcome back to SLS Apex as we see how this venue changed overnight. Shout out to California Skate Parks, doing an incredible job of building brand new, interesting designs at every single SLS stop. And before we get back to skating, let's check in with the man, the myth, the legend, Beagle, in this Monster Energy spot check.
This spot is the LA Library, downtown LA. Supposedly it's a library inside that building, but outside is a great gap. We call it a fatty to flatty because it's not much length to it, but really tall. So you could just clear it easily. And then there's the longer side in the middle, more length to it. That's an official gap. That's how the newer way of skating the library gap. The new Street League version is really sick of this library gap because you could finally skate the ledge. The ledge that you ride on to skate this gap normally is an actual ledge, but you would never skate it here because it's not waxed and there's a handrail in the way. So the new Street League version, it's sick. You can hit the ledge and fly over the gap. Also, the gap to rail in the middle, that's really sick because this spot has a fountain and you can't really skate the middle, but the new SLS version, it's no fountain, so big gap to rail is sick.
We're inside the Apex for stop 4 of the 2024 SLS Championship Tour. Let's talk about how this contest works. These are the basics of the Apex. 7 single trick attempts per skater. Top 3 scores count towards the skater's final score. Ties are broken by highest single trick score. Those are the basics. It's very simple. You get 7 tries, land 3 of your best tricks.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
It's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple.
No one ever said it's going to be easy.
Current leader, Aoi Uemura from Japan, sitting on a 16.8. This is attempt number 4. She's already got 3 scores.
Yeah, she's in a good spot. Now she can just huck the next 3 attempts and just hopefully keep that top spot.
I think she's going to have to be careful, though, because Paige Heyn will be coming for her with the switch game. And she said it. She's good at the single tricks, and this is all her.
Oh!
Nanaka.
That is what we wanted to see.
Yeah. That's trick of the night so far, right?
100%.
Pop shove 50 locked in like a boss.
Perfect. I saw her do this on Instagram, like a 8-stair round rail, and I was really hoping to see it live, and she did it perfect. Even after we mentioned it, she got worked earlier in practice. This has to be a 9.
8.5.
I think that has to be a 9, but 8.5 is a great score.
It's such a dangerous trick because you could overshoot it so easy for one.
No one does that trick.
Yeah, how do you aim a pop shove it? It's a double trucker. Okay, Shiloh, Catori back in. Attempt 4.
Again, it's that square bar. You know, if you don't land flat on your truck on the top, it'll slip to a lip slide very easily.
Kylie Frank bailed the last 2 kickflips down the double set. Does she go back for it? That's unfortunate. She landed 2 out of the 3 on it, just getting stuck. Maybe needs some wheel well whack.
Yeah, you know, that'll come with experience.
Christine Cottam. Does she go back for this 181-footer? Straight ollie north.
Straight 1 foot.
Nicely done. What do you call that trick? 1 foot?
I call it a 1 foot. What do you call it?
I call it an ollie north.
Ollie north.
Do you remember that one?
Oh, I remember that one.
There was also some people I knew called the slip foot. Because you just slip your foot off the nose. But that was way back. That was when it first came out.
That's before my time.
Yeah.
They thought you messed up the ollie? That's what they thought? Slip foot?
No, I don't think they thought you messed up. It was just a funny name.
Yeah.
It's a slip foot. 2.6. It's still a rad trick. I think it's cool. People should do them more.
100%.
Markovic used to do them fakie ollie 1 foot. So good. All right, Paige Heyn back in, coming in, switch.
That's one of the tricks I talked to her about. You know, we've seen her do it other courses, and asked her, like, did you switch 50 the rail yet? She was like, no, I'm scared. I'm just going to wait until I need to do it.
Yeah, because it is probably, you know, one of those tricks that mainly takes guts and commitment. Oh!
Wow. It's also, too, you can see, you know, some of these girls are struggling getting speed, and you don't want to have to stretch out a switch 50-50, you know?
Yeah. It's a dangerous move. Okay. Nanaka Fujisawa sitting in second.
Wow.
3.9 moves her into the lead. Does a gap out 5.0 get the 3.9?
I mean, I think a gap out 5.0 is just as hard as a Smith grind. Smith grind got 4.5. A little wobbly on the ollie in, but smooth landing.
And grinded the whole rail.
I think this is going to be pretty close to the number. 3.9. 4.7.
First place.
Just like that. Pop shove 50 goes a long way.
Gold. Shiloh back in, looking for her third score.
I think that is all speed too. It just, you know, it looked like she locked in good. It's just trying to push it out there as much as you can. Trick can get away from you.
Kylie.
Ugh.
That's frustrating. Obviously, she knows how to kickflip, but
the first try was perfect too.
So you always assume you're gonna make the next one. When you stick it, you're like, yeah, that's it. Next one's gold. Nope. Christine back in. Not happening.
That's such an awkward trick to take down a gap.
All right, Paige Heyn, if she makes this switch 50, watch out.
It's just so hard for her to get the speed that she needs to feel comfortable. You can tell she's going from a standstill push. Maybe got to start perfecting that switch throwdown, you know?
For real.
That might help.
That's important. Setups are everything sometimes. Aoi now in second place. Needs a 6.0 to move into the lead. That's a big score.
I like that. Let's bring some energy into the apex. Wow.
So Aoi will have one more chance to take the lead back. Nanaka, current leader. Nanaka's trying to get rid of that 4.5 to add to her lead. Shiloh back in. She needs to make this. There we go. Gap crook.
Gap crook. definitely, you know, not the hardest thing we've seen, but I can't tell if her foot hit the ground. Crook, no, just a little bobble, but the toe stayed up, so say contest-wise, that's a clean make.
Yeah. Needs an 8.8 for first, isn't gonna get that. 2.6 moves her onto the podium for now with one attempt left. And then she could be set up next time to move into first. Here we go, 4.8. Good enough for third place for Shiloh. Kylie Frank on deck.
See if she's gonna go back for a Vegas. Let's hear it for her.
Coming through with some strategy, gap 50. It's not going to change much. She'll move into fifth, but she's got a way to go to get up any higher than that.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I get it. You want to just land tricks, but when you're in this position, it's, you know, it's kind of, you got to go for it if you have it. And I just think the front board and a 50-50, not her strongest tricks she could have chose.
All right, where do we go from here? Christine Cottam. Yes, okay.
Wow.
That was awesome.
That try was drastically different than the tries before. That one looked clean.
Yeah.
The other one's kind of bobbled around.
You fought for it.
That was perfect.
Back 180, Ollie North.
Slip foot back 180.
Nice. Yeah, it looked like she properly popped a back 180 and then kicked the foot off.
Yeah.
Very controlled.
So waiting that score right now for Christine Cottam. 5.8.
5.8. Good score.
Giving herself a chance to sneak onto this podium.
Paige Heyn, here we go. 6.3 puts her in first. Oh,
I hated all that.
Switch front wheelies.
You could just tell from the beginning she didn't get a good push off, and then it got swirly on the runway. That's what's hard about these contests, you know. You don't really have a lot of chance to get everything set exactly what you want to be.
So we're getting set to re-rack. Change the order based on current standings. Strategy at this point, I'm claiming it's out the window. No more strategy, right?
I don't think there's much strategy from the get-go. It's straight finals. I just feel like you got to go right at the beginning and just try to win it from the jump.
Okay. Here's the re-rack. Kylie Frank, who's currently in sixth, will be coming in first, followed by Christine Cottam, Paige Heyn, Charlotte Catori, Aoi Uemura, and Nanaka Fujisawa, 2 Japanese skaters sitting in those top 2 spots out of the 6. It's going to be good. It's coming down to this. Nobody's clinched it. It's far from over.
It's far from over. Here, has anyone ever won their first ever street league that they have ever skated in?
That's a good question. We are going to have to dig through the crates and find out. Oh, yes!
There we go.
That's what we want to see. Kylie Frank stomping the kickflip. The Stoke is real.
So sick.
Yeah.
Such good flick. Yeah, that is beautiful kickflip. Look at this catch.
Great to see. Congrats.
We'll see what this does for what the judges saw.
6.1. Moving up into fifth. Christine Cottam now. Hopefully she can answer. 5.5 moves her into third. Oh!
Wow.
Going the Ellington route. Ollie impossible. Almost.
Almost.
That was a good-looking impossible. And I have to wait till next time to see that one. Paige Heyn, here we go. 6.3 puts her in first place.
A lot cleaner. I think she got the run-up she was looking for, but just couldn't stretch it out enough.
So she's not going to break into the top 3. That would have put her most likely in first place.
I think that would have done it for sure.
Shiloh sitting in third, needs an 8.5 to move into the lead.
Oh,
not happening. So it's going to come down to our final 2 skaters, with Nanaka Fujisawa in first place, but
both the Japanese skaters.
The podium is set. All that's left to be determined is the order. It's going to come down to this. Aoi needs a 6.0 to put the pressure back on Nanaka. Here we go.
Oh,
this close.
So close.
Look at that. Nanaka Fujisawa getting the win here in Vegas.
So sick. And it was all set up by that pop shove 50-50.
Here we go. Your Apex Stock winner, final attempt in the victory lap, champion on course. It doesn't matter. Let's hear it for the winner.
That fall doesn't matter. She knows it.
Didn't need it. Respect for going for it, though, at the end.
Always. So Nanaka skated in 1 SLS back in 2019. Didn't make final. That was the only time we saw her in SLS ever. And here we are, Apex, getting the win. Boom, just like that. Pop shove at 50 sealed it. Big move.
It's definitely the trick of the tournament so far. Well-deserved win here at the second Apex event.
Taking a look at some highlights. Chipping some paint off on that 5.0.
There it is.
She's a happy skater. Final standings coming up. Nanaka Fujisawa getting her first ever SLS win here in the Apex from Las Vegas. 17.7 overall score. Japan taking the top 2 spots. Aoi Uemura in second with the 16.8, and Shiloh Catori landing in third and on the podium for the USA with the 13.8. And our winner is down with Andrew Cannon.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations. What an amazing victory. Tell me, how are you feeling going in for that pop shove at 50-50?
I'm so nervous, so I can't make it, so practice. So I'm so happy after that make it.
And how does it feel to win your first ever SLS Apex against all these great skaters?
I'm so happy to be here. So I'm so excited. So Celtic, my first time in Celtic. So I'm so happy.
Congratulations, job well done. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. And congratulations to Nanaka Fujisawa. So thanks for everybody for watching here from Las Vegas, SLS Apex. Stay tuned for men's final coming up.